Hey folks, just going to do a quick update on my trading for the day. So I had another down day today, as per my YouTube thumbnail. Could have been a better day, to be honest, but it wasn't a horrendous day. It was just not the best. The first trade that I was looking at today was a long in the London session. With my Bullion account, ended up I accidentally took this trade. I was trying to show something during my live stream. Accidentally pressed market buy instead of a limit, and yeah, just closed out there for a minor loss. I was just with my sim account. I was setting out a long from here, but it didn't work out, and it's not the worst thing because it wasn't a really good trade that I really liked. I was just testing it out with my sim trade because I was blocked with um, my funded accounts with Bulldog, so just didn't take any. Just looking to take a experimental trade, and it didn't work out. And I'm glad for that because it was essentially a break of my rules, but like it was me being aggressive in the longs because that's what I expected. That's where I expected price to go. You can see that it did do it, but I was expecting longs, but not from here. So we'd already used the fair value gap to push higher there, so you can't use it again. That's essentially my rules. But I was just testing out to see if it would work, and it didn't in the end. So there was no real trade, actual proper trade in this session. I did have a position noted. This was a position that I was looking at, something like that. Right at the start of the session, price went quite far without me, so I wasn't really expecting price to come all the way back and then tap into it and go. But that's essentially what happened. So I did call it. It's just that it didn't happen in the session itself. It didn't pull back enough, so I wouldn't have got a trade out of that. In terms of the New York session, which was these trades with my Apex account, I made a mistake today. So, well, I actually made a couple of mistakes, really, if we're being honest. So we have this bullish fair value gap here, and I had a position set up here, was stopped below this sort of swing low, looking for a one-to-one with 125 ticks. It's essentially like a breakout pullback trade. But for me, just looking at it now, it just doesn't look like a good trade. I really shouldn't be relying on this sort of down closing candle to protect me. It's obviously not going to do it. You should use wicks. Candles with wicks are far better to protect your position. So I should have picked a position, something like this. I was just, at this point, I was just scared that I wouldn't get the entry. And being scared to not get the entry, I actually just put my position much higher than it needed to be, and then my stop much higher. Whereas if I'd been a bit more patient, price would have come down to my entry and um, filled me with the take profit. So silly trade, but I made it. And my trading hasn't been that good recently, so it's sort of par for the course at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to show you my Bullion accounts now. So obviously, I only took that one silly trade with the market buy in London, which I was supposed to be a sell. But for Bullion in the afternoon session, I was looking for a sell at this level. It's essentially 150 tick stop loss, looking for a one-to-one with the stop at the high. It's based on two things. So double top here and the IFVG here. So I wanted to pull back right back up to the 150 tick stop entry, and then I would be willing to take the sell. And that's essentially what we got in the evening session, the New York 1 o'clock sort of session. So I just took a trade at the start and then let it run to my take profit of 150 ticks. that was a good trade. I was a bit worried about it right here, but I did hold and it did go to my take profit, so that's good. Made a little bit of money. So some of the drawdown that I was in, clawed that back, and I should be in a good place to start trading next week. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I can get a payout with these Bullinox accounts, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to be too forceful with it. I wanted like when I started trading in December, I wanted a payout in April, and if I continue on this trajectory that I'm currently on, it'll be well before then. So I'm completely happy with my trading right now. As long as I just don't go on tilt and don't keep blowing accounts, I can be completely fine with my trading. And that's what this series is about, just not blowing accounts through tilt. I can blow accounts the normal way, and that's fine, but not through tilt. But yeah, I'm not close to that right now. Just a thought. But I will call it there, and I'll catch you all next week. It's a shortened trading week next week, but not by much. I think you can trade the New York morning session at least, up to the New York morning session, and then not the afternoon. But yeah, I'll call it there, and I'll be back next week. Bye.